Hello and welcome. Today we've got the talking points for Everton Fulham. This one ended in a goalless stalemate. I probably would have to say that the scoreline doesn't do the game justice. There were plenty of opportunities for both teams. If we look at it from just a general standpoint, I think you can probably say you're happy with the result if you're an Everton fan. Last season we're losing this game. So I think it probably speaks volumes as to how far we've come as a team. That said, probably needed to be a little bit more positive and on the front foot in the second half. I didn't watch the whole game. I didn't really see the point, given I had to wake up later for it or have to watch the replay for it. I already knew it was 0-0, so I thought I'd save a bit of time and watch the mini-match. But here's what I extracted. First and foremost, it feels like that side that Seamus Coleman was guarding, that was on, that felt like the place where all the Fulham attacks were being sourced from. And it really started with their fullback advancing high up the pitch and Anthony Gordon not going with. And they were able to start some plays there with the overlap. From that point of view, basically all I have to say is Anthony Gordon, run with your man. Do not let him do what he wants. And that's exactly what happened. And, you know, the more opportunities you saw in that game, it was all coming from that right-hand side we were defending. Seamus Coleman went from beast mode last week to shithouse this week. He was basically a broken damn wall. Willian was doing whatever the hell he wanted. He was getting shots off. He was getting into space and really having a lot of time to operate, which obviously isn't ideal by any stretch. From the start of the game to the end of the game, there were opportunities for Willian, and there were crosses coming in for Mitrovic, and you know, they were able to take shots from outside the box as well. And a lot of it was because Coleman didn't man up. And sometimes this was because Anthony Gordon didn't come up to help, and Coleman had to deal with a couple bodies as opposed to one. But in saying that, you know, there were a couple times where he was one-on-one and he got beaten out for pace. So Patterson on the bench came back in for the back half of the game. I would not be surprised if he gets slotted right back into the fullback position where he belongs. But yeah, thank God the Coleman stint isn't going to last too much longer. If we talk about player of the game, it's got to be Jordan Pickford. For me, it could have been Mikolenko. We'll talk about the back line in just a second, besides Seamus Coleman. But Pickford made some clutch saves in the first half, some that, you know, a few other keepers are not getting their hands to. It could have easily been a couple goals in Fulham's favour. Credit to him for keeping the ball out and just was sensible with it. You know, there's been games where he hasn't had to do anything. There's been games where, you know, he's sort of needed to do a few things, but it's not really stand out. But this game, there were a couple times where, you know, we looked very vulnerable. And, you know, there were a few opportunities where Fulham probably should have converted or made something more out of it. You know, tested Jordan Pickford a little bit more. But that said, every opportunity was stunted because Jordan Pickford was the man in goal. We talk about the centre-back pairing, Cody and Tarkowski. They had opportunities on the offensive side, and defensively they were sound as usual. Yeah, I mean, that was really interesting to me. I do think that we also probably should have scored. It really felt like this game should have been a 2-2 scoreline because we had opportunities, especially in the first half. We had point-blank opportunities, times where we weren't marked in the box and had a bit of time to, you know, sort out what we wanted to do, but didn't really capitalise in that department either. So possibly should have gotten a little bit of a reward for effort, but in saying that, could have easily gone in their favour. So yeah, but back onto our fullbacks. I mean, Mikolenko was excellent. You know, very good challenges, just sound as a defender. Like, you know, sometimes we ask too much of players. Mikolenko has been slandered for doing his job by Evertonians at times this year. People are saying, well, where's the attacking threat? Well, the thing is, I mean, I acknowledge that if you can be set on both ends, then it makes you a really a really good all-round player, and it's very much a handful for teams to deal with. But with Mykolenko, he just does defending so well. And honestly, we've been crying out for that. Obviously, we saw last year how leaky we were, and we need some stability. Cody and Tarkowski, they have been sound. They did give away a few opportunities. There were a few little gaps in the defence where, Fulham had a few opportunities that could have easily, on a better day, it could have gone in the back of the net. But as I said, Pickford was the last line, and he was very resistant in that position. But that said, Cody and Tarkowski have been awesome. Mykolenko doing what he does best, and it's gone a long way in our improved play this season. I think just midfielders, I don't really have much to say about them. The attackers, the strike force, Damari Gray did have some good delivery, but I don't think we see it enough, and probably the percentage of the ones that are good in comparison to the ones that are bad, we know which one's outweighing the other. Anthony Gordon, he's just been a bit uncharacteristic. The strength, mind you, I don't think it was ever there, but he's looked a little bit soft, and every time a hard tackle comes in, it's really just give up on the play and that's it. But look, aside from that, DCL, he had an opportunity point blank, and, that's one time that, a goal opportunity went begging. And given we had, limited opportunities, you need to capitalise on those at every opportunity. Not too fussed. We have got our 5th draw of the season. We have still only conceded 12 goals, and we've played 13 games. So that is an unbelievable improvement on last season. I'd love to see the statistic that, tells us what we were at that exact mark last season. But we've got Leicester coming up, and that is another big opportunity. Leicester have been in some better form. They played all right against City, stayed competitive, got outdone by a bit of brilliance by De Bruyne. But that said, we should be ready and raring to go. It's a home game, so hopefully we can notch up our 4th win of the season, and just give us a little bit more cushioning, and move further away from the relegation zone. So that'll be it. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Share your thoughts in the comments about the game. It's all about conversations, so let's get that one started. But that's going to be it from me. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.